machine turned back.
They must have cut me.
The end of a VTuber's journey. When a talent leaves a VTuber company and puts an end to their activities, gang, we generally call that a graduation. It's a heartfelt yet bittersweet time of remembering great memories. But some VTubers don't get that happy send-off and instead are punished. Like Corpse hit them with that. These are terminated VTubers. VTubers who had their contracts deliberately seized due to their actions, incidents, or violations. So, let's talk about it. Hey yo, it's Taledo, that fallen angel kicked out of heaven, and these are the craziest VTuber terminations of all time, and the conversation surrounding them. Get some snacks, get some water, get yourself a Terminator bot, and let's get on with the video.
Guess you didn't not see that coming.
Listen to this track record for a second. Controlled substances, soliciting fans, and a secret relationship with management. What kind of person appears in your mind? A bad bitch, a goth, or punk rock star? Someone did all those things, and this is the person behind it. Riro Ron, also known as Kyoresu, was previously a member scouted by VTuber agency Idol Corp for Project Star. She was commonly known for her unhinged personality, unique covers of popular songs, and being a bit too connected with fans. But no one, and I mean no one, was ready for the real unhinged.
You is in trouble.
On the first week of November, to celebrate the beginning of NNN, Riro Ron hosted a very sus private member stream. But the top left read the following: 250 and I take silly pill.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
250 for a silly pill. The street said it was sleeping pills, but that goal alone is crazy. Later on, she began forming her harem. Like an actual harem of her members. She wrote some rules that were interesting. Hey, at least she beat the YouTuber allegations.
No minors.
This shit means something to me, man.
And this harem would have these members meet her with some uncomfortable details.
Would you like to meet me and perhaps even try me? Imagine having the opportunity to spend one day with Taledo and one night. That would be bad. To actually meet me, you would have to travel. And wouldn't you feel jealous if there was other people? So yeah, gather your signatures. And when we have them, well, we'll see what we do. And then I take one and I call them and I say, it's your choice if you want to come visit me. Imagine, even though it sounds very insane, but I don't know, speaking to you makes it sound less insane, you know?
Yeah, that was really uncomfortable. I apologize.
So yeah, it has to be top secret.
You know me, I'd die before I turn snitch.
We tell them nothing, they got nothing.
Riro made a post detailing that the remarks during the stream were jokes, and she'd be on hiatus for her declining mental health. Oh, and did tweet, I hope she's doing well.
Bitch ass.
Nigga, I got a job. This is home now. Believe that they finna pay your boy to snitch, bitch. I'm in.
On November 28th, roughly 3.5 weeks after her hiatus announcement, Idol Corp dropped a notice regarding the termination of Riro Ron. We were able to confirm that Riro Ron violated her contract in the following ways: misuse of controlled substances during livestream performances, soliciting fans during livestream members' content for private offline meetups, meeting with a fan in person,
It should have been me, not him.
accepting gifts from said fan in the total value of thousands of dollars, and conducting a secretive relationship with a now terminated member of the Idol management. And that person is speculated to be the lead talent manager. All of this was truly a needy streamer's overload. Due to some accusations, Kyoresu posted an update on her inactive main that same day. There's an insane amount of speculation going on, but unfortunately, I can't clarify things because of an NDA. I'll say one thing though, I am extremely disappointed and I have nothing to apologize for.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
We will be so bad. That's kinda rockstar. And it doesn't end there! The following day, Kyoresu tweeted this. Look at this! Look at this! The tweet got deleted for violating Twitter rules. But yeah, we already started off with one of the wildest VTuber terminations. Kinda hard to handle on my end. But the next incident could have been handled a bit better. This termination involves two talents, Yuzuki Roa
これちーちゃんっていうの。
And the now terminated Kingyozaka Meiro.
What did he say?
Roa and Meiro were two Japanese Nijisanji VTubers, with Meiro debuting a year after Roa, making Roa her senpai. When Meiro debuted, she sometimes let out an accent or the conjunction deo. However, this accent was allegedly similar to Roa, who specifically curated such phrasing as her unique character trait. All of this and some speculation cause a lot of problems. We don't know every time frame, but at some point, Roa submitted some requests for Meiro to alter her accent due to, quote, character overlap and Roa's character setting being potentially broken. According to Roa's screenshots released on October 21st, 2020, she first DM'd Meiro on August 2nd, requesting utmost importance to talk in person one-on-one for VTuber activities. Meiro had already known about the accent issue, and she requested for her to remain calm. She further stated that her dialect is from how she was raised and how she wasn't intentionally imitating Roa's character quote, alongside the difference in how they use the words. Roa's deo is used in conjunction, similar to, datebeo and Naruto. However, Meiro's deo is of natural dialect, and that is used as an adverb. Also, people usually use deo instead of dio. Look, grammar's not my forte. I'm an American, and
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
So take TMPC English's explanation as a potential source.
It wasn't me.
Meiro goes on to state she'd be as careful as possible and had no intentions to look down on Roa, yet her opinion would still stand and they could have a conversation through their managers. Roa wished to speak to Meiro directly as there were some things she couldn't relay speaking through manager. Meiro responds that she's fine speaking directly one-on-one, but not about conversation of pakkari. It's kind of a Japanese word for copy or imitation. Roa continued that she wished to meet up possibly today and stressed the importance of such a conversation as the topic has not received due process despite 3 weeks of talking through manager. This kind of gives us a time frame of when this topic likely started, somewhere mid-July. Roa further explains why the character Yuzuki Roa is so important to her. Being a VTuber for 1.5 years, she'd put in countless amounts of effort into her character. Yuzuki Roa is her baby. Yuzuki Roa is like her life, which is why she'd like to talk to Meiro. Also, according to Roa, she had never used the phrasing pakkari to Meiro and was not wanting Meiro to change her dialect. There's no further reply that we can find. That was a lot, but we have to go over everything. 2 months later though, this took a drastic turn.
You is in trouble.
Due to the hot turmoil surrounding the talents, Meiro requested Nijisanji to make a statement. However, according to Nijisanji, they quote, wished to remain fair and unbiased, leading to her submitting a request for graduation, which was later withdrawn. On a later stream, Meiro suggested she experienced harassment by another virtual liver from Nijisanji, and discussed with Nijisanji regarding the termination of her contract, further claiming that she had permission to reveal this info. To this claim, Nijisanji said, "No," and suspended her for breaking NDA. Meiro then submitted a second graduation request. Later, she requested management to cancel the graduation alongside gaining permission to post on YouTube and social media. However, due to repeated requests and withdrawals of graduation and the breach of NDA, Nijisanji rejected her request and continued with graduation. So how did this go from a graduation to Meiro's termination?
Cheers! The motherfucking tea!
An anonymous source reached out to Narukami Sabaki, a heavily blacklisted drama VTuber with a track record of spreading false rumors, and he released several accounts of confidential information involving Meiro's experience. Although Sabaki claims this source came from a personal friend rather than Meiro herself, they charged her and she got terminated. But the story doesn't end there. Roa went on an indefinite hiatus shortly afterward, and the following year announced going to court with Nijisanji against an individual for slander, allegedly against Narukami Sabaki, allegedly in criminal court instead of civil court,
confirming there had been a criminal, yes, criminal case, not civil case,
and allegedly the massive corporation loss. This is practically impossible to discuss from an English perspective. I kinda had to see this from a Japanese perspective. So shout out to Licorice Banashi because I literally had to ask her a lot of questions about Japanese culture and dialects and how those things work. Check them out or I'll crush your skull. This is what I interpreted. If I make a mistake, this is my fault. In Japan, they verbally say pronunciation sometimes. So de instead in Japanese is like saying comma. So adding a yo is a dialect way of saying comma or like. Some Japanese fans look at Meiro's usage and say she's being correct. For examples of deo soreikayo is likely a dialect version of date soreikayo or de soreikayo. I could not tell you what those mean. Calling her Bakuri or wanting her to alter her speech is a little odd. Moreover, she mentioned stopping using the dialect in light of Roa's character setting. But when I look at the messages, Roa specifically states she never referred to Meiro as Bakuri or wanted her to change her dialect. So where did the Bakuri label come from? And why is this a bit inconsistent with Nichi's termination timeline? Before we get into that, why is this even an issue? It can't be that deep, right? Well, you and I are likely English speakers. Let's look into Japanese idol culture and character setting. Shout out to Hey Well, this video that's now deleted, and however you pronounce this name,
I ain't reading all that.
for a comment surrounding Eastern perspectives.
Let's talk about it.
There's a side that attacks Roa for what went down, but let's look into the other side of context. This invented accent Roa does is kind of like her character and identity. In Japanese idol culture, talent sometimes take words and phrases to form their character and how they're known online. As a result, this character is very important for these VTubers and their fanbase. Oh, someone used this unique phrase? You're talking about this talent, right? Think about it for creators you may watch. What is Henya the Genius's trait? The kettle laugh and saying Dayo.
Enjoy some tea, Dayo.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Dayo.
Fans of Henya immediately think of her. The gap in language and culture creates this big misconception of why such a thing is even that deep, because I'll be honest with you, when I first saw this, I thought it ain't that deep. Multiple people allegedly using a similar word is not going to ruin either you guys' career. But again, I'm black. You're black! And American. I'm not Japanese. What I think is this. I think there was a lot of miscommunication and mishandling of the situation, and everyone took the fall. Meiro was terminated, and this incident is likely why Roa hasn't streamed in 3 years. From fans speculating and throwing accusations around willy-nilly, to even in the business side. If Roa states she never referred to Meiro as Bakuri, Meiro states she heard the phrase Bakuri from outside sources, and the termination notice specifically states that Roa submitted a request for Meiro to alter/change the accent she used. This just proves it was an other mess. I don't think anyone here is the bully channers, ruminators, or elitists make them out to be. People just respond in weird ways. There's also the allegation that Meiro never used the accent Dayo before reincarnating into Neji Sanji. I can't prove if this is right or wrong, but with what I've legally seen, I don't know if there's a big bad wolf here rather than just an unfortunate mishandling of events from many sides. I personally think management could have set up a one-on-one business meeting to talk about their concerns. And I'm not talking alone or through other managers. I'm talking about with a moderator in between them for equal footing, not what went down. And this next one, God, I wish the talent handled this better. Rushia debuted for Hololive on July 18, 2019, and quickly rose to be a golden child. This soft-spoken, rage-screaming, and affection-seeking girl stole the hearts of so many fans, and she became the biggest super-chatted VTuber and YouTuber by a wide margin. But there is something interesting here. In a lot of her streams, she played the role of an obsessive girl in love, longing for lonely and attached viewers.
なんで他の女の名前出すの？どんどんさ、推しが変わってってさ、俺さ、いつかリシャのことなんてさ、忘れるな。
That crazy bitch out there again.
なんでその変な女とそばにいるの？なんでリシャのこと見てくれない？
I told you that bitch crazy.
She went more into the parasocial side than anyone else. Hell, she even sold her own wedding ring for birthday merch. But one leaked message started the course for Rushia's disaster.
Cardi, shut the f up.
In mid-February, a Discord pop-up appeared on Rushia's stream with Miko. This message was from Mafu Mafu, a famous Japanese male singer, and it read, quote, "I just finished streaming. Gonna go home now, Mi-chan." Now, how did one message from a likely close friend become such a big deal? Let me stress this again. Rushia was the girlfriend experience streamer. This meant that Rushia's fanbase was filled with not just gachikois, fans who were in love with idols, but also unicorns, fans who wanted their idol to stay pure of opposite sex interaction. In other words, Rushia having another male companion in any way was a crime. Mafu Mafu also had several rabid female fans upset at the interaction of other titty-havers. This message started a massive rumor online. Rushia and Mafu Mafu were living together. Rushia and Mafu Mafu were secretly dating. And this rumor, my god.
Yo, look right there. Your friend is trying to say hi to you. You good? Oh shit, it might be the ops.
It was f***ing wild.
There's no way out of this one.
Parasocials were enraged. People were distraught. They were destroyed. I swear when this happened, I saw countless f***ers fall to their knees in a Walmart. Parasocial fans cried on Twitter, canceled their memberships en masse, and even found ways to rid their Rushia merch. Sure, the majority of people didn't give a shit.
We do not care.
And some were even supportive of Rushia and Mafu, whether the rumors were true or not, but sometimes the harassment and hate speak the loudest. Cover Corp released a statement that they wouldn't restrict Rushia's private life and for fans to stop spreading falsehoods. While Mafu denied the rumors of them living together or being in a relationship, Rushia mostly had to stay silent. And throughout all of this, you could tell she was suffering. She was understandably having a mental breakdown. And likely the worst mistake she made, sending information to Japanese drama tubers Kore and Narukami Sabaki to help clear her name. The former showed several leaked chats and messages, and some against her consent. In this case, Rushia's destructive impulsivity led to her downfall. On February 24, 2022, Cover Corp released a statement terminating their contract with Rushia because she had been, quote, distributing false information to third parties and has been leaking information, including communications regarding business matters. The most profitable Hololive asset was terminated just like that. And with what happened, they kinda had to. No surprise it caused a storm. When the phrase VTuber Termination pops up, people always think Rushia, because people loved her. Many people sympathized with her pain from the experience, as well as practically being betrayed by Kore. However, others feel that due to her irrational and Minhara-like responses, Rushia paved the path to her own downfall. I feel both are valid opinions to have, but this does have a good outcome. It has been publicly inferred that Mike Neko and Rushia were connected, so I can mention this without the ops on me. Since then, Mike Neko seems to be doing alright. She recently joined Voice Ore, a virtual voice actor agency, and is making her debut with Pony Cannon this spring. And with some other help, she's completely bounced back. I want to give credit to Depressed Nasagi and Rima Evanstar, who both go way more into detail on this situation than I did. Check them out or I'll eat your lobster tails. This next story though has no rise, just a fall. On December 10th, Zaion debuted for Nichijou alongside 5 other Exolier members. She was known for being energetic and engaging.
All of a sudden it's just working all of a sudden. I reset the computer, I restarted. Did you restart it? Yeah, I restarted it.
Bruh,
okay.
chill.
Having a very expressive model, some odd jokes,
I love little boys. And so I use little boys.
and overall out of pocket. She streamed on the Nichijou for only 2 months. On February 8, 2022, Nichijou announced a temporary suspension of Zaion LanZa's activities due to the following reasons: remarks showing no intention to improve from previous issues and false statements during streams, discrepancies between information given to management by Zaion LanZa and her acts, and the most attributive yab.
Oh! Man, no wonder she got, yeah, wow, hi. I feel like I would be more likely to get in here. Anyway.
Insensitive jokes that cannot be tolerated as a Nichijou liver. This was her last stream, so however either side feels,
I don't care!
It got her marked by Corp. This mark, alongside some other clips, brought widespread attention to her, mostly bad. After several weeks, there were no updates. Then began another rumor. Due to her controversy and behavior, Zaion would be graduating. Yeah, maybe bring that up to a termination. On March 10th, Nichijou dropped a massive notice regarding Zaion's termination and stated that during her January and February suspensions, quote, her behavior and understanding of the rules did not improve. And if you thought Riro Ron's 4 bullet points were too much info to cause damage, imagine Zaion receiving 12 different public violations.
Out of pocket for that shit.
Assault, theft, fraud, DUI, breaking and entering, solicitation, armed robbery, shoplifting, aggravated assault.
The sides were mixed. Some were disappointed that she wasted an opportunity in Nichijou. Others thought she was simply too base for them. Some criticized Zaion for her faults. Others hated Nichijou for showing too much. The magnitude of reactions went way too far. Several took the notion to harass and threaten Zaion, with the opposite spectrum spreading hate to Nichi and its members. However, 2 months later, the public's perspective massively changed. Wait, where's Frieza? On May 5th, Sayu dropped a document detailing Zaion's side of the story. She gives Zaion's response to several statements against her, such as revealing internal information, offensive remarks surrounding others, infringement of rules by any color, giving false info, and other actions that infringe the rules and contracts. She also detailed her own experience with Nichijou, stating several signs of mismanagement, questionable reasons for getting into trouble, and her January break that was actually a stealth suspension. I can't be too word specific, but she accounts the harassment and doxing she received received from the controversy. Shit got bad. Let me preface this. This is Zaion's experience and her accounts, and there are perspectives that go more into this than me. I would recommend you read fully into the situation and all statements available online rather than what a commentator recounts. As Zaion requests in the document, as a third party, this will not be twisted in any way to damage Nichijou and its livers. Of course, come to your own conclusion. But yeah, this document took the scene by storm. A lot of people in the VTuber fanbase hit changed teams and sided with Zaion. Others took the document as further proof to label Nichijou a black company. And with Sayu speaking further of Zaion's experiences, even just months ago from this upload, it's still a hot topic. This isn't easy to address, so let's go into what everyone feels. One perspective heavily sides with Zaion. They state that she exposed Annie Color and her livelihood was screwed over from the experience. Another perspective heavily criticizes her. They state that even with Nichi's problems, Zaion's behaviors were awful and erratic for the company. But you can probably tell both sides have biases. No matter what I say, people will be on my dick. But keep in mind two things. I'm not a Nichi stan, nor do I ride on for Zaion.
What did he say?
Here's what I think. Zaion was destroyed from what went down, but I can't exactly excuse her behaviors getting her in trouble. There are things I think weren't worth getting in trouble for, and things that absolutely warranted it. But she's not a bad person, just looking in the wrong place for the wrong priorities. Not everyone's fit for corp. Myself included, I left heaven for a reason. Nichijou has gotten hella shit and accusations, but people can criticize the corp and how they handle things. I'm even surprised they hired Zaion in the first place if she didn't meet company culture. Look, I don't like people throwing black company willy-nilly, but some people will have that mindset until they see major improvements. Just kidding, people will continue mindlessly attacking others. But it really doesn't look like things are improving. In conclusion, I can't see this shit as black and white. It feels like everyone was looking in the wrong place, and as a result, everybody came out horribly, some more than others. Both Zaion plus Sayu and Niji plus its livers have moved in opposite directions. And to this day, both sides have antis. Come to your own conclusion, support whatever side you want, and don't harass people or be weird. And concluding our VTuber Terminations is a rather unfortunate story. There's a VTuber story that's completely avoided in this scene, understandably. It's like the topic you don't bring up. Instead of politics at the dinner table, it's this. What if I told you that instead of there being 5 members of Hololive's first full generation, there was actually a 6th member, Hitomi Chris. Hitomi Chris released a debut video for Hololive on June 3rd, 2018. Her model stood out, but I mean she was part of the team. And then, she got suspended and terminated 3 weeks later.
Yep, now you're fired.
But something specific was mentioned. Quote, "We are not involved in this trouble." Oh yeah, the illustrator got fired too. What the hell happened? A lot of rumors circulated around Reddit, 4chan, 5chan, and even VTuber wiki pages. This is where the information becomes very shoddy and the situation gets dark, and will be treated with its proper tone. First, take everything I say with a grain of salt. A lot of this story is lost due to translation issues, deleted tweets, and confidential info that I can't really show. Second, if these topics make you uncomfortable, please skip to this part of the video. Okay, here's how I understand the story. Enter this nigga. We're going to call him P because I ain't giving him no validation. He's also like a proud anti of taking down VTubers if you check his Twitter. He ain't shit. Chris and P met sometime before Hololive. He offered Hitomi Chris money, tech support, and equipment to increase her chance of getting into the job. This came out to what I think was over 200,000 yen. Might have been even more. So yeah, P was kind of like her producer, if that makes sense. She passed the test. However, in return, Chris would be his lover. Basically compensated dating, get-togethers, romantic messages, and intimate encounters. It's a weird transactional relationship, right? But it seemed consensual. Hololive had no age requirement for auditions at the time. It is highly rumored that Chris was allegedly a minor. After she got into Hololive, Chris announced on a Twitch casting stream of wanting to stop the compensated dating, with some other words I can't relay. He was upset with the relationship likely ending. He wanted his lended money and equipment back, but she refused and threatened the police. Furious, P revealed everything on Twitter, stating how she stole hundreds and thousands worth of yen. And he hard doxed her, revealing her name and personal info, their messages, their affair, everything. This obviously breached her contract. She was fired, and all accounts of Hitomi Chris's presence have been sacked from Cover Corp. Now you know why this termination story is completely avoided by everyone. All live VTubers and fans alike. I mean, realistically, there just isn't a good time to bring it up. And then when you dive into this it's bone chilling. That's just how it is. This was hella hard to put together. Some versions present Chris as the bad one or not innocent, and others show P as the piece of shit. Some tell an entirely different story, like this has no mention of compensated dating and it's on a goddamn wiki. Chris's VTuber career took the main fall no matter what, and that's Hololive's lost VTuber. I want to give credit to the Press Nasagi, who I think put together a really concise coverage of the Chris incident, so go check that out, as well as every video I've flashed on screen. But we ain't done here just yet.
What the is this piece of shit?
Gang, let's brighten the lights a bit. You've seen the craziest VTuber terminations. Before we cap this video, I kinda wanna open a debate for y'all. A lot of these corporations have different variations of their transparency. Y'all see the vision? Y'all see the money? Some corps reveal a lot, some reveal too much, and some don't reveal a damn thing. There has been one heavily debated topic in the VTuber scene. How transparent should VTuber agencies truly be for stuff like this? Should they state the specific reasons that led to being fired, or should they just keep it vague to breaches in contract?
That's not how the game is played!
Massive transparency is not common in other industries or jobs. Imagine you work for Subway, you get fired, and on their website, Subway reveals how trash you were at safety protocol and being proper work.
I say this with the utmost disrespect. You are the worst I've ever seen.
I'm like, what do you say me for?
The difference is that VTubers are public figures with dedicated fan bases. And because a lot of things in VTubing are kept behind bars, some rabid fans want to know everything, which is why people want transparency. But they also don't at the same time. Here's the problem. VTuber agencies have gotten massive backlash for either hiding too much or being too transparent for terminations and graduation. On one hand, if they don't state specifics, the fans demand an explanation. People will spread rumors, think they're concealing bad actions, and then they attack a company. On another hand, when they state specifics, the fans are enraged, publicly lambasting the errors of a talent screws them over, therefore people attack the company. It's a lose-lose situation. But that's how I see it. What do you think? Should agencies be more or less transparent on these things? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be civil, don't kill each other, please! In conclusions, terminations are a lot more weighted than graduations. Some talent screwed up royally or felt screwed over, others made bad decisions. In general, if you join a VTuber agency, be careful to read contracts and most importantly, protect your peace. But hey, at least you won't be like this guy. This VTuber was terminated after 4 days. They didn't even last a week.
This is trash.